If podcasting is the best way to talk to someone directly, how can we possibly imagine a world where we're only being partially ourselves? After all, the only thing that we have is our voice. That is something that I'm going to dig into today right here on the Podcast Accelerator, the thrice-weekly show that brings you podcast education, industry insights, and straight-talking reactions to podcasting news. I am your host, Mark Asquith, that British podcast guy and CEO and co-founder here at Rebel Base Media, where we make podcast websites, Productivity, the Podcast Success Academy, and Captivate.fm, the world's only growth-oriented podcast host, the world's only podcast host that actually proactively creates tools and services to help your audience to grow. And we are only just getting started. So, if you want to know why the industry is going crazy for Captivate, I urge you to go and check out hosting multiple shows for one cost, embeddable players that don't suck, and a team that is always on hand. So go and check it out. 7 days, totally free at Captivate.fm. Now, like I said, podcasting is super personal. Perhaps the most personal of any content mean at all, if we think about it. I mean, what's more personal than piping straight into someone's ears? So why are we only partially being ourselves? That's what I'm going to dig into in just a second. But a quick reminder, of course, AWeber, they're giving you 90 days completely free to try out their amazing email marketing platform. Now, you've got to be engaging with your customers. You've got to be engaging with your members, with your listeners. You've got to be actually building relationships that count. And that is what email marketing does for me and for so many other business people online. And as a podcaster, you are, whether you like it or not, you are a business person. So if you're not email marketing, if you're not creating connections with your audience, please go and start doing that for free now for 90 days at markasquith.com/AWeber. Right. Podcasting. This hyper-personal, this super piped in medium that just plugs directly into the listener's ear. You're talking one-to-one to a person. I'm talking to you, Steph. I'm talking to you, Raf. I'm talking to you, Calm. I'm talking to you, Andrea, Evo, James, everyone. I'm talking to you individually, all right? This is why podcasting is perhaps the most personal of any content medium. And as podcasting grows, the power is in creating a tribe of people who love you and your personality. So why the heck are you only being 60% yourself? Now, what I mean by this is that, you know, I've kind of got on my high horse about this before. You know, you can't cookie-cutter podcast content anymore. You can't do podcasting content that is the same old stuff that everyone is doing. What you've got to do is find a way to stand out. Now, I used to give a talk. If you go and look up Mark Asquith CMA Live 2018, I did a talk, which I believe is online. You have to ask Chris over at CMA, but I'm pretty sure it's online. Why your personality is your company's secret weapon. And the idea behind this is that, do you know what? We're all being told to be authentic. We're all being told to be ourselves. But what we're all doing is pretending to be Gary Vee or John Lee Dumas or Pat Flynn, or we're trying to be Aaron Mahnke from Law or some other person that we look up to. And it's all rubbish because they are them. Okay, you can't drop an F-bomb and pretend you're Gary Vee. You can't wear a woolly hat in summer and pretend you're Gary Vee. That's not what makes Gary Vee Gary Vee. What makes Gary Vee is that he's himself. All right? It's how he turns up. He's the same all the time. He's defined and refined his personality and his message. All right? Now, that's why people flock to him. That's why people love Aaron Mahnke's storytelling style. It's why people love Aaron Mahnke's way of delivering a narrative. It's why people love Evo Terra's way of pontificating about podcasting. It's why the people who like me, because I'm me. All right? You know that I'm going to deliver this exactly like this. You know that someone else could tell you this and it would be totally different, all right? And I talked about this in that CMA Live 2018 talk, why your personality is your company's secret weapon. And we're all being told to do this, but no one's telling us how to be more of ourselves. And the trick is, there is no trick. We all have our own mix, and this is what's so unique, like a fingerprint or a strand of DNA. We all have our own mix of ethics, beliefs, desires, values, wants, experiences, needs. We've all got our mix of language and way of delivering things, tonality, tone of voice, outlook on the world. We've all got this unique mix. And it's not what we say, it's how we say it that matters to a listener. Because Evo and I, we could say much the same thing, and very often we do. We think very, very alike, and I've got masses of respect for Evo. So much respect. He's a man I look up to very few people. He's a man that I look up to. And he will say the same thing as me. He'll give you the same outcome, but he will say it in his way. And I will say it with my own mix of beliefs, desires, values, attributions, core personality traits that you won't get from anyone else. And you will like Evo, or you'll like me. Maybe you'll like both, but maybe you don't like someone else saying the same thing because maybe they just don't resonate with you. And this is the power of podcasting. This is the beauty of it. Now, you can't possibly resonate with a listener. You can't possibly build a relationship with someone if you don't let them in. If you don't let them in. You can't possibly expect people to flock to you and then not spend time with them at a conference, not buy them a beer, not get a coffee with them, not ask about how their family are, or remember the little details that matter. You can't do any of this and be, quote unquote, yourself. Because if you did that to a friend, they wouldn't be your friend for much longer. If you forgot their kid's name, if you didn't care how their operation went at the hospital, if you didn't ask how work was going, if you didn't ask how their partner was doing, they wouldn't be your friends, all right? Now, sure, this might not scale. Sure, you might not be able to do this en masse. You might not be able to do this if you're NPR. But what you can do as an independent podcaster is you can be yourself. You can give people a friendship that is so altruistic, where you just truly let people in and you are completely yourself without fear of repelling people. But guess what? The people that you do repel, they're probably not going to be your people anyway when they truly get to know you, all right? So start being yourself from day one. Do I repel people? Absolutely. Am I kind of worried about that? Not really. Not really. Of course, I don't want to be a tool, and I never go out of my way to be an absolute ass. But what I will never do is apologize for being 100% myself. Because for every one person that dislikes me, there are one, hopefully two people that really do like me, and you are the same. That's why I mentioned right at the beginning, you got to build your tribe of people. Your tribe of people are the people that love you. And the people that come for you will stay for you. The people that stay for you will advocate for you. The people that advocate for you are your friends. The people who are your friends are in your life for a long, long time. And as we all know, podcasting is for the long game. Okay? It's a long-term commitment. Just think that through, all right? And as always, listen, thank you so much. Thank you so very much for just hanging out with me here. It means a heck of a lot that you choose to spend this time with me. It really, really does. So please tell all your podcasting friends if they're looking for a new show about podcasting that helps maybe with the future of podcasting, maybe gives them something to reflect upon for their own show. Please let them know that this show exists. And give me a little rating and review in your podcast app of choice or on Podchaser if you so wish. I'd be delighted if you do that. And go ahead and check out Captivate.fm. Host multiple podcasts for one cost. Had unlimited team members. Build your podcasting team out. Add calls to action to your embeddable podcast players. Just get involved with Captivate and look at what all the fuss is about, all right? Please go ahead, take a look at that for 7 days, totally free, at Captivate.fm. And until the next time, never forget, the more you expect from yourself, the more you will excel.